Hey, you. Yeah, you. I'm Crispy.
I'm Zach.
Are you a parent?
Are you a nerd?
Do you need a new group of friends?
Well, we got new episodes every week.
And you get to participate in all of our game segments. Our show, Super Dad Bros, is available wherever you listen to podcasts. Check us out on your drive to work.
In the shower.
Anytime, we're going to be there for you.
We are Super Dad Bros.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Wendy.
And welcome to the
Toasted Marshmallow Adventures podcast.
Today in the Boise studio, we have three comedians with us.
We do.
Joe Gomez, Jess Anderson, and Juan Carlos.
Yes,
They're all part of the Tacoma Takeover comedy show tonight at the Lounge at the End of the Universe.
Thank you guys
Hello.
for being here.
Hello. Thank you for having us.
Welcome back, Joe.
Hi.
Joe's been on before 2 times, actually. One was brief.
I love you guys.
Oh,
We
thank
love you.
Yes. I wish we could have made work when we were in Seattle in December, but it just
I know.
didn't
We
think that
wanted
was
to see that
mostly me.
basement.
It was mostly me. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Well, like 15% of people who go down into that basement don't make it
They
back, so
never
it's probably
come
best.
back.
Oh,
You just didn't.
gotcha. You've been in the basement.
No. See, I'm
No.
still here.
Yeah.
You're not getting it.
I understand now.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And you've never been in the basement either, Jess?
She refuses.
Has anyone seen any of your previous guests after your podcast? Are they all missing?
No, they're Ashley Gutermouth, Kevin Egglestein. They all were on my show and then moved.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Theoretically.
So literally nobody's seen them since.
Oh, wow.
moves.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're on the East Coast now, apparently.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Poconos.
They floated
They don't
there.
have Facebook or Instagram or anything, so don't
Nope.
don't try and look them up.
Mm.
'Cause you won't. They've moved.
Absolutely.
How did this thing at the lounge, the show at the lounge, come together?
Nico.
Oh,
Nico
okay.
Lafayette Lukoff.
Yeah.
He hit me up for a Friday show.
Yeah.
I said I need to book some more stuff if I'm going to make it,
Worth-
financially,
Yeah.
bearable. And I hit up Jen, and she just had an opening.
Wow.
So she said, produce a show. Can you put something together? And
You were like,
I was like, yes, let's show you Tacoma's best.
Nice.
And then I called these guys.
I was gonna say,
Were
It's
you
the best.
immediately in, or were you like, yeah,
best of the
Boise? Because you'd never been here, right?
Yeah.
I do have I have a soft spot for Joe. I don't know why. I think So whenever he asks me to do stuff, and I don't really get invited to a lot of stuff. So like whenever someone is like, "Hey, do you want to do it?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then he's like, "It's in Boise," and I'm like, "Well, I sure, yeah. I don't know. That'll be fine. We'll figure it out."
I actually agreed immediately because I thought it was Boise, Washington,
Right.
which is not a thing, apparently. I learned that way after. But here we are. It's beautiful. So, we're enjoying the time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Is it this warm in Tacoma right now? Are
No.
you all from Tacoma or living in?
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
we live there now.
Yeah.
I'm originally from New York City. That's very important for people to know
I
that.
would agree.
He,
Yes.
I mean, he really has to let everyone
Oh, yeah.
know.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
his
you know,
thing.
yeah.
It's
We were
his whole
5
thing.
minutes in, and he already said it. I think I got the under on that. Pay up, Jess.
Just so you know.
So how long have you been on the West Coast?
I've been out here for 2 years now. So
2 years.
yeah.
What made you move here?
Listen, I chased a girl out here. Highly do not recommend.
Yeah.
It worked out for me though because I have a better health insurance plan now. But
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really got it rough. He ended up marrying a doctor, the poor guy.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I feel
Oh,
really,
geez.
really bad for him.
What's his name?
could have been.
A pediatric doctor, so all she does is make him turn and cough. That's the only checkup he gets.
But you got that exam when you were a child, turn your head and cough?
Yeah, didn't you?
There's a lot going on.
Was I not supposed to?
His doctor was also his priest. We don't talk about it.
Joe did tell us that he hasn't been to the doctor since childhood.
Since childhood.
He's like, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure I'm diabetic. We're like, but I think you need to get that checked out, dude. Like that's a real disorder.
Yeah.
Is it?
I think so. I've heard things.
yeah.
I don't know.
can like lose limbs if you don't take care of that.
Doing all
shit.
right.
I mean, you might get a good joke out of it.
I have no feeling in my left foot, but
Right.
Oh, shit.
is that a bad thing?
Like,
It's got gout
It depends
or
on how you
something.
look
Gout.
at it.
I don't know what gout feels like.
Oh my god.
So, Joke Daddy Productions.
Yeah.
Now, we saw you and Eric Escobar. When was that?
At a
last
motel.
year? The Red
Right?
Lion.
I believe it was a hotel,
hotel.
Oh.
Sorry.
which I don't think it's Red Lion anymore.
Oh, really?
In Garden City, I think
right over, yeah.
I think they changed the name.
Oh, really?
But yeah, that was, I think it was October.
Okay.
October
now, did
or November?
Joke Daddy Productions come after that?
No.
Oh, it was already a
So
thing.
I at the beginning of the pandemic, I went to podcasts, and that's kind of where I was dabbling in my podcasting, and I was like, Joke Daddy Productions. And so it's just, there's nothing rock solid yet. I don't have a business license yet, but it's coming along.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
we
coming
just got
along.
ours like a few months ago after
Okay.
4 years. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the
They'll
rush?
give
No
you
one's
some
going to
slack.
steal the name.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be a Joke Daddy.
We hope.
So kind of tell us about what's happened since then, because it sounded like you had some conversations with Eric Escobar about goals, and it seems like you just been grinding since then. So tell us what's going on.
I was really fortunate when I came out here last time to work with Eric. Did some hosting for him. Did 5 shows on the weekend. It was great. We spent some time together eating breakfast at Goldie's.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Like, we went there because that's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's what you got to do when you're in town.
Mhm.
And we talked about goals and just trying to reach. I was just asking him, how do I get to that next level? What is the next level?
Mhm.
Is this something that I really want to keep doing to keep progressing? And he said, figure out something that you want to do, and just chase it. So if you want to headline, if you want to host in a club, if you want to do more traveling, just write that down, focus on it, and start calling people, and just start ask for opportunity.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what I've been doing. Nico, I had bugged him about wanting to come back out to Boise, because every time I've been in Boise, it's been great.
Mhm.
People seem to like my comedy. So
Awesome.
he hit me up and he said, yes, I got something for you. Hit up Jen here. She said, yes, put together a show. Let's do it.
Awesome.
And so I've just been grinding. I've just been getting over myself and my own insecurities to,
That's the
to
hard
ask
part, I
people
feel
and
like.
say, I'd love to be on your show if you'll have me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think asking is difficult.
Sometimes,
And
yeah.
that's all it takes. Like,
Yeah.
who? Well, Nico asked for Nate Ford. Did you guys see that? Asked Nate to be on Bill Burr's.
I just put a tweet out
Like,
about Nate.
I think Nate should
opening
open for you.
Bill Burr, and now that's happening.
And it's happening.
Oh wow.
Bill is
December,
like, I'll give you 5.
Here. Yeah.
And I
Now-
guess Nico
So
has
apparently
5
I
also.
think Nico's getting 5
Yeah,
up
he
front
is.
too. Yeah.
Wow.
For Bill
I
Burr.
love that.
In
I
December.
know, yeah.
Yeah, December.
So we're
Plug-
all hoping that Bill Burr remembers.
So speaking
You know?
speaking of that,
Yeah.
you guys were asking somebody recently, a big name.
Patton.
No, whoa.
We asked Patton Oswalt to
Oswalt.
be on. He was like, no thanks.
Yeah,
Bert Kreischer?
Oh, God.
Did he come in?
he came
He
to
came
the
to the
lounge.
lounge.
here
He came to the
after
lounge.
a show. We went to a show at the Morrison Center,
And then we saw-
and then we went home after
But we
that.
saw that there was a late night
like
open
a
mic.
pop-up open
pop-up,
mic.
And
we
he
were
did
like,
time.
He
Yes.
came
Wow.
up. Yeah, he did time. He hung
Yes.
out with everyone, and we fucking missed
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
we actually
no.
did
At
a whole
home.
podcast about missing him here.
Yeah.
Like we have
So
a fucking
sad.
studio
We,
like
yeah.
feet away from where
Yeah.
he was.
Oh.
I would have
Killed
been
us.
like, "Hey, come in."
Meanwhile,
And you
we're-
could have passed as Tom.
No, he got recognized
At
as
the
Tom
show,
Segura
yeah.
in front of
That
Bert's
happens
bus.
all the time.
Yeah, the guy
Yeah, I
shook
do.
his hand. And
And Tom is coming to town.
yeah, we got tickets
Oh, yeah,
to
we
that
got tickets
too.
for that.
Okay.
too, yeah.
All right. So you guys
We're
working
gonna
him?
keep
You guys
trying.
working that
We're
angle?
gonna try. We're gonna. Jen kind of has a
She's-
connection. Well, she doesn't know he's featuring for him yet, so she may have a connection there, but she doesn't have a direct connection
Gotcha.
to Tom Segura. So she tried to get Patton Oswalt here. He didn't come. And yeah, he messaged us, said he must politely pass on our
with way too
invitation.
many exclamation
like 5
points.
exclamation
I was
points.
like, that's
Wow.
a diss.
I was like, that was nice until you put all those exclamation points.
He just wanted you to know he meant it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, he took the extra time.
He did write it.
To
Yeah.
Yeah.
extra. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's extra strokes.
Yeah.
hmm
So you have a podcast, right?
I do. I do.
Revisionary?
Yes, I host the Revisionary podcast. Basically, the concept is I'll have a guest, usually a comedian, who will tell a real life story, something that actually happened to them. that they wish had gone a little bit differently. And then afterwards, they have an opportunity to retell the same story, but the second time, they can change any facts or details that they want. And I push people to be creative. And what ends up happening is we end up having a lot of really like cathartic and therapeutic conversations, or real honest conversations where I feel like, I almost feel emotionally connected to every person who records the podcast with me.
Oh, that's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool. So
you do it on Zoom, or is it all on location?
It's all, we do it all virtually, which is great because it's allowed me to connect with people I probably wouldn't have had an opportunity to speak with otherwise.
Yeah.
And we were researching you, and you got on some chart somewhere with your podcast. Was it
oh yeah
so
Castbox.
I've done a lot of the Castbox stuff, and I think I forget which country it was, but I think at one point I was like the 8th or 4th or 5th, like I was definitely in the top 1% most popular podcast in the world, but I think at one point I was really high up in like the Netherlands or some weird country, and I was like, what are the odds that people are listening to me out in Europe? But awesome. So that was pretty cool. That felt really gratifying.
That's huge.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, we have a pretty big following in India.
We have no idea why.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Get it where you can.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So we had Vikram Balaji on the show a while back, and he was like, "Come to India, man. You can stay with my parents."
Yeah, you say that.
So I would probably get a hotel unless they're cooking.
Right.
There you go. Some good eating.
And I also read that you do jokes in Spanish at times. How does that translate?
So here's the story behind that. So I am Latino, right? If you're watching me, I know I don't always look it, but I am Latino. And what happened was that we had a comedian from Mexico come in, right? He was going to perform, and he called the club last minute and was like, "Hey, so I need a feature in Spanish, make it happen." I don't know if you know how diverse Tacoma is, but there aren't a lot of Spanish-speaking comedians at all. I'm pretty much one of 3, and none of us have done comedy in Spanish before. So it was like a big ask. It was a big deal.
I'm not one of them.
Yeah.
Even though I look like I should be.
Right. I wanted to emphasize, like, there's really not that many. And it was a bit of a big ask, right? But it's like Joe says, right? You have to like go out and search things, and when opportunity comes up, you just kind of have to grab it and take it. So he said, let's do 20, and I took it. I was like, I'll figure this out. Translated jokes, started writing new jokes. I'm going through the process, and it took me a long time to get to 20 minutes in English.
Oh yeah.
And I had like a week and a half to do it in Spanish. I was like, this is like a Herculean task. But I went up there, and first off, Daniel Sosa, who I opened for, was one of the nicest people I ever met. He was so cordial. I'm honored that I had the opportunity to work with him. A guy has 2 Netflix specials and is still very humble.
Wow.
And I went up there and I connected with the crowd immediately. It was one of the most special moments for me, just like to be able to communicate with people in my native tongue and still bring that joy and that laughter. It was just unreal. I can't even begin to explain it.
Now, were you translating jokes you already had, or were they all new jokes?
So here's the problem. It's a very complicated process, right? Because there's a lot of different cultures. It's kind of just to give you an example. It's like, as an American, you can write jokes and tell it to a Canadian or an Australian accent, but some things are going to get lost in translation. There's just a lot of little cultural nuances. And when jokes is all about word economy, and it's all like inflection on certain words and the way you write, and some of that got lost when I actually translated them to Spanish. So I ended up having to write a bunch of brand new jokes, which was really cool because there was this whole other realm of things that I had wanted to talk about and written in English that didn't always work. But then once I started writing in Spanish, like all of a sudden all these like cultural connections and neurons were just firing, and I was able to connect with an audience in a completely different way, and that was really special.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
Tom Segura talks about that because he does shows sometimes in Spanish and how you have to change things. It just doesn't translate.
No.
Yeah. So.
Joe, have you ever done any shows in Tagalog?
I have not. I have not. Surprisingly, like, I am even less Filipino than I am Mexican. I know even less about that culture, except for the food.
How many languages do you know?
I have just a slight grasp on the English language.
Awesome.
My dad didn't give me much, but dyslexia was one of them. So, yeah.
But you have that good accent you were showing Juan Carlos and I.
Well, please show that off.
Yeah.
Well, we have a friend who's from North Carolina, so we just like to I just like to fall into her every once in a while and just think about it. She's just sweet as pie, God bless her heart, you know. But
You speak Southern.
yeah, I do. I speak redneck. That I can do that. I can speak country, I think. Yeah.
Okay, Jess, tell us about you. We don't know anything about you.
It was hard to find stuff. on you.
Well, there isn't much to find, friends.
I want to know what happened to your sunroof.
Oh my, yeah. I
was a
had
thing.
like an unfortunate, all kinds of like really bad stuff started happening. I don't know. It was my karma was out of whack for some reason. But it's okay now. It's fixed.
You're good. Okay.
Yeah, everything is fine. I'm not. I'm also from the East Coast, but not as cool as New York.
Whereabouts?
I'm originally from West Virginia, which is a hard state to rep. So I do like to tell people that I'm from Maryland. Yeah, because it's hard. Because what are you going to say? Not a lot of stuff came out of West Virginia. It was just me and meth. That's about it. But yeah, I'm the new one here. I'm the baby comic, and I am having like an outer body experience. I don't know what I'm doing here. I just, I'm just watching. Like, what is this? What? Thank you for having me.
What are you watching? Like I hope you're not watching me because I've been drunk since you arrived. Like it is a bad example.
Well, that's what that's what I'm saying. I'm wondering, what is happening? What, are you okay?
Okay.
I did recently describe myself as the Mexican Bert Kreischer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
El Machine.
Well, yeah.
I don't even know.
You
if
travel
that's
with your own alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, this was gifted to me. I do.
What is that, by the way? You got what kind of tequila?
El Mejor.
El Mayor.
That's not even right. See, I knew he was going to call me on
Look
that.
at
Mayor?
Juan Carlos.
Yeah,
to
it's the
make
mayor.
sure.
The mayor.
Yeah.
You need to get confirmation.
I do believe you had
wanted to mess
tequila for the last podcast we did with you.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I can drink. So
He likes to feel more Mexican than he is,
it helps me
Tequila
get
and the
into the
Raiders.
character.
Yes.
No
Totally
Raiders.
understand.
But you did have a salad for breakfast.
I did.
Wow.
So that, I feel like it equals out
Yeah.
in a way.
I try. It's all about balance.
Yeah.
That's in life.
Tequila
That's
for
what it
lunch,
comes down to.
salad for breakfast. I get it. I hear you.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's lovely. Had some goat cheese on it.
Wow.
Wow. Where'd you get a breakfast salad?
Goldies?
It was at
Goldie's.
Goldie's.
Oh, really?
It
I
wasn't
don't
a
know
salad.
what you
It
ordered.
was
I
an
don't know. It was
omelet.
very healthy.
okay,
It looked
breakfast
very healthy.
omelet.
It was not. It had a chorizo sausage and what were those?
I was trying to make you look good, man.
English.
I should make
Nothing's gonna make this look good.
Y'all are just making him use the 3 Spanish words that he knows. So
Yeah.
can we stop before he runs out of them?
Chorizo con huevos.
Yeah, there we go.
Did you guys hear about Jack Wheeler that ended up on opening for Bert Kreischer,
he was
meeting
here?
him downtown at a restaurant?
His mom.
Yeah.
His mom was like, "My son
Jack's on
loves you."
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
And he
oh
got to
man.
go up. Yeah, we were at
Oh,
that
at the
show,
show.
and we
Wow.
were like, "Holy shit!"
It's
When
Jack.
Jack went out, we hadn't actually met him in person at that time. We just talked to him a few times online,
Okay.
on Instagram, and yeah, he went up and he actually, he did like 3 minutes or so, but he killed for
did.
3 minutes in front of a big crowd, like a sold out Bert Kreischer crowd.
He's
And in front of
actually
Bert.
on here with
Yeah,
us.
exactly. Well, he's hanging out with Bert for like half the day too. Like,
Wow.
Or
That'd
in
be
the
awesome.
evening. I mean, yeah, it was really
Yeah.
cool.
Said Bert was a normal human, like a nice
But
guy.
as
you know.
normal
Yeah.
as he can
Well,
be.
yeah.
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 I listened to 2 podcasts. You guys and Bert Kreischer and Tom Segura's
Two
Two Bears,
Bears?
One Cave.
Me too.
Yeah, and I only just started listening because my buddy died like a year ago, and he's a huge Bert fan, and I love Bert. I've been a fan of his comedy, just never listened to his podcast until my buddy passed. Kind of do this as like a cathartic way to, connect with my buddy.
Yeah.
And I am like obsessed with
Yeah.
everything Bert right now. It's just insane.
The only thing is, I wish he'd let Tom speak sometimes. Like it's kind of time to hear from Tom.
Again, why I feel like I'm the Mexican Bert Kreischer. I just had to say that one more time. I'll Juan Carlos, everybody.
Oh yeah, put the pressure on me.
So, how long have you been doing comedy?
So, That's always been a tough question for me to answer. Oh, here's why. I was one of these people who had a New Year's resolution. I was like, oh, let's be fun and go out there. And it took me like about a year and a half to finally get on stage. And I got up for the first time. I did my first open mic in 2016. So it's been a while, but I was very much like, do a show here, stop for 6 months. You know, and I feel like I didn't really start taking it seriously and leaning into it until 2018, where I worked really hard for like a year and a half, and then the pandemic hit and took me out for a while. So I never know how to honestly answer that question.
Yeah.
Is that when you moved to Tacoma?
Yeah, I moved here May 2020. Oh, not here, but to Tacoma.
May 2020.
Yeah, May 2020.
Okay, so it was during pandemic times.
Yeah,
I thought I met you before that.
No, you met me during the
But
pandemic.
we were still doing.
Did you meet this girl during the pandemic?
No. That'd have been weird. No, I met her right before. It's funny because I felt so. A lot of people, a lot of New Yorkers, especially New York comics, were kind of getting a hard time because people started moving out of New York during the pandemic. You know what I mean? And I was kind of like, I felt like a hipster about it. I was like, hey, I was gonna move before it was cool. You know what I mean? Kind of situation. And I felt like a poser because everyone's like, oh, you're leaving too. But I was like, no, I promise. I had been planning this for a year. You know?
Yeah. So, Jess, how long have you been doing comedy? I don't think you told us that yet.
I am just now coming up on a year.
A year? Okay.
Yes.
What made you start?
So I finally got I was brave enough to put my name on the open, to submit my name to the Tacoma Comedy Club for the open mic night, and finally I got on the list, and that was it. I was like, well, I can't not go. Right. I can't, that'll end my career. Like before, I mean, I can't have that before it even starts. That'd be terrible. So I went on at an open mic at Tacoma, and that was the most amazing, worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah. How did that first set go?
It went really well. I got to the 3-minute light and threw my hands up in the air and was like, okay, and ran off. And I was like, I did it.
Yeah.
And were you hooked?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely. And but then it wasn't until about January of this year that I started just going literally wherever I can. And
just accepting every
open mic as far as I can, and just making sure that everyone, like you were talking about, sees my face, and I'm like, hi, hi, it's me again. Hey, how's it going? Hi, how are you?
Are there tons of opportunities in Tacoma and Seattle? Probably.
There's, as far as like open mics and stuff like that, there's a little bit. I think it's kind of all over the place.
Is it? You have to travel?
I mean, pre-pandemic, I think I was the only one who did comedy in that area pre-pandemic, and there was a lot of opportunities to do 2 or 3 mics in a night back then, and we just got back to that.
Oh, nice.
Within the past 6 months, and it looks like there's going to be some more opening up. So there's pretty much an open mic in the greater Seattle Tacoma area, Olympia, every night of the week except for Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So you can get on a mic.
Isn't there that place in like Bremerton on Sundays?
Yeah, there probably is. There probably is. Yeah.
So I think
Remedy?
No, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, no. The Pacific Northwest, Seattle area, Tacoma area. I should say Tacoma. I should really.
Right.
Yeah, Tacoma. Yeah, T-Town. We're getting a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of opportunity being created, and I feel like there's a great focus on that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So Washington's always been huge on the arts, and this is a medium that I think is really starting to grow. And we had a new comedy festival pop up this past year. And so I think that's good. That's good for us.
Yeah, definitely.
What was that one?
Upper
left.
Upper left
comedy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you go? Do you perform there? Or?
I submitted. I did not get accepted. I was. I'm not going to say I'm not hurt as like a Washington native.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Somebody
I guess
who's-
it was like a great competition or whatever.
Yeah.
But none of us were in it.
But
I didn't submit. I want that to be clear.
Oh, I submit to everything.
am I going to submit again? Absolutely, I'll submit
100%.
again.
I already have.
So you have, what does
You already
submit
have.
mean? You just give them a clip?
You give them money.
Tape.
Right, they rob you first. No,
And then,
Money and tape.
yeah. So I'll do it again. But
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There's also Nate Jackson's Super Funny. They're doing their competition right now, which is the funniest motherfucker competition.
Whoa, hey,
Oh, really?
whoa. Sorry, can we beep that?
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Oh, we didn't tell you?
I did
This
say
is a-
Wow.
Nate Jackson.
This is a Mormon
the
podcast.
Nate Jackson. Which I
15
did.
minutes in.
I
think I had the under on that, too.
Me too.
Yeah, I know, we had that.
They're sweating so bad. Oh, no. That would be amazing if you guys were drinking Fireball, but like I fucked up by saying.
Oh, we did it again.
Wait, can you really?
No, we're just messing with you. We'll take care of it in post, everybody.
Fudged up.
Where's the dump button? Jeez.
Forked up.
No, we encourage cursing.
I will say this, and this is the last thing I will say on this topic. I feel like I'm fortunate in that I got to see two different communities, like, the New York comedy scene versus the Pacific Northwest and Seattle and Tacoma in particular. And I think it's beautiful what's going on in the scene in that it's actively growing and there's a lot of opportunity. Like, I feel like in New York, you have to be on because you never know who's going to be in what room and when.
Yeah.
And every killer from every part of the country floods to New York. So yeah, there's opportunities to get stage time, but the competition's so fierce. And I feel like whereas the Seattle Tacoma area, there's still a lot of talent, but a lot of it is untapped.
Yeah.
So it is also a lot of it's like almost a safer space to develop because you get real interactions with audiences and an opportunity to really grow without that pressure cooker and stress that is with New York City.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that in air quotes, everyone, even though it's my hometown. But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could see how it'd be more.
But I wish there was
there.
more on the line.
What do you mean?
I wish that there was bigger opportunity locally in Seattle, so that if you had that night, that could be the night.
Right.
Yeah.
I think, Hollywood and Seattle, they don't get along. There's really not a big.
Wait a
Big
minute.
connection
You're
there.
telling me that I took the wrong path?
Yeah. You're in the wrong
I'm
city.
sorry.
Yeah, you need to go to
You
Utah.
guys did not say that we. I thought it was here and then Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yep.
pretty
No.
much.
I thought.
Boise's
Here as a
making it for
Boise,
us.
yes.
Boise's making it for us. We've made it now.
and then-
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's why I brought
I'm
them.
confused.
Did you
No,
guys
but-
drive here? You flew, right?
It was
Okay.
cheaper to. It was literally
Was
cheaper
it?
to fly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about
And then
that.
it was, I think, like a 45-minute flight.
It's really short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to
It's
brag,
nice,
but I
so.
flew first class here, so I just want y'all to know that.
Dang.
You know,
Last time we flew here, we went first class from where were we at?
Seattle.
Oh yeah, we were in Seattle. Yeah,
Same flight.
First class.
Yeah.
It was the same amount of miles. The first class and the coach were like, "Fuck it, like,
Right?
Why would we be stupid not to?" So
Absolutely.
our flight got delayed at least 4 times, and so we were glad that we got first class at like midnight.
it was nice.
Oh yes, Juan Carlos was a little upset. He was like, "Oh, my plane's delayed." I'm like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry." And he's like, "Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be like another 7 minutes." And I was like, "Whoa!" But I don't even think I responded. Honestly, I was like, "Okay, wow, it is too early in the morning for this."
I am
Like, get the
concerned
hell outta here.
I'm concerned because he texted me. He's like, my plane's broken.
Yes, like, he was
And then
freaking
like
out.
5 minutes later, he's like,
Just
we're
kidding.
taking off. I was like, all right, how broken was it?
Hold on.
Like,
Hold
wasn't.
on.
It
Let me give context because that makes me sound really bad. I'm sitting there minding my own business, right? And they're like, "Oh, maintenance has to come on. We don't know how long it's going to take." And then the lady specifically says, "If it's something they can fix quickly, they will. But anything else, we might have to cancel the flight or delay it." Right? So they went on, and it was delayed like 30, 35 minutes. And I'm thinking if it's a quick fix, they'll fix it after 5, but I didn't message them until like 15, 25 minutes in. And then like right after I get on the plane, I was like, "Oh, well, guess now we're taking off," and I look like an idiot.
meanwhile,
First
I'm
class
just.
and bitching about
Yeah.
a 7-minute delay.
No.
Can I just say how nice this is?
Oh, thank you.
Because the last time we met, it was in my hotel room,
Right.
which
Yeah.
was very romantic.
It was, yes,
And-
the 4 of us.
The staff
Kept checking?
checked on us.
Oh, yeah,
made
they
sure
did.
that we were happy.
They brought us chairs.
They brought us chairs.
You invited people from the balcony to the show later.
I did.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But this is much better.
This is more us. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Thanks for
kind of
having
bright
us.
and busy.
Oh, you're welcome.
We have a
Yeah.
lot going on.
But as soon as our
Mentally.
lease is up, we're gonna get the bigger
We're hoping to.
space. Yeah.
I was like, don't we need a pool table or something? Because we hang out
I
here
think you
like
could
prior to
probably-
shows. Oh yeah, right in the
Squeeze
middle.
one in
Yeah.
here,
Yeah. Nothing.
but
else.
not me. Like if it's here, not I.
It's one or the other.
I'll
You
zoom.
can't
I'll
have
zoom
both.
in. I'll zoom in. Jess has been reminding me of my weight all day.
Okay, I'm
Oh.
sorry that I go for like the lowest hanging fruit.
And it's my belly.
I just wish.
It just hangs so low.
Is there any fruit in it?
There's
Yeah,
no.
I wish you would reach for some fruit.
Oh, God.
The closest thing he's come to a fruit is a Mike and Ike.
Hey, we went for a hike today.
Oh my God.
Tell them about our
Me too.
hike.
We did go for a hike.
It's
we
too
hiked.
hot to hike.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yes.
Oh, that
Stop.
sidewalk.
I
That
had to-
sidewalk was burning.
Stop it.
Well, we were on sidewalk first, and then we actually went four walking. I don't know. Like we
Yes,
went into
it's
the woods
Off
because
trail or
yes,
We went
because
off-roading
there was
on our
shade.
feet.
There was. I had to get out of the sun.
oh.
I know. It was
He
burning.
fell. It was hilarious.
I'm not entertaining this. This was not a hike. We
No.
walked on the University of Boise State campus. That's what it is.
This guy was a mile ahead of us.
Oh yeah, because y'all walk slow.
Well, we couldn't keep up. Like he was out here quite literally living his dream,
Making best
and,
friends.
Yeah, I was talking to an old man. I felt like it was headed in a sweet direction for you, but I wanted to go by the water.
I
heard
get
the
that.
water,
I respect
and
that.
it sounded beautiful, so I wanted to go there.
Were you guys just down at the river?
Yeah.
Boys
I,
River? Oh,
the
yeah,
the river. Is that what they call it?
I mean, yeah,
It is the river.
It's
the Boise River.
That's actually what I call it. I was like, oh, look at us. We're at the Boise River. And then that's what the old man, who was a wealth of knowledge.
So okay, so here's
Get
the
his
background.
name. Do you know
Oh.
his name?
Yeah, I do. I don't know if we should use it just to maintain his
It
anonymity.
rhymes with.
Steven. Anywho, so here's what happened. I had always dreamed of seeing the blue field with my own eyes.
Oh, yeah.
So we went on the campus. Obviously, it's closed. You can't go into it. So the guy was like, "Oh, I used to be a booster here. Let me show you, another way around, so where I could see it." So he took me around to a corner, and I walked by the head coach of the football team, which was really cool, and one of the players.
Awesome.
And he was.
And then I got to
lovely.
see the.
You're gonna call that out right now?
He was
No, that's
lovely.
it.
He was
That's it. No,
lovely.
that's all
He
I'm
was a
saying.
lovely
Oh, okay.
man. He
No,
was
that's all I'm
very-
saying. No, it was pretty cool
very
to see.
I thought you were gonna
someone
say
nope,
like how he wasn't helping.
Nope. Nope. We're not doing that.
Okay.
You're not going to bring up how you feel.
Nope. We're not doing that.
Hey, Broncos.
So I'd like to make it out of this town alive, y'all. Can we leave that alone?
And we want
It was a
people to
very cool
come
experience for
tonight.
me. Yeah. Don't take this away from me.
He was so giddy. It
I
was
was.
it was
Like a
one of the most
schoolgirl.
adorable things I've ever seen in my life. He
Oh,
was
wow.
literally bursting at the seams, not just his shirt.
Yeah.
Oh.
See?
It was adorable. What? I said it lovingly. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
You can put your feet out.
No, it's fine. No, but it was pretty cool to just, because like you watch it on TV all the
Yeah.
time, so to see it and be there
It's
and like,
kinda
you can kind of like experience the
thing.
moments.
Yeah.
I was watching I was imagining Doug Martin running down the field. You know how it is?
Doug Martin.
Yeah, so-
Amazing. Yeah.
All right.
Is that a
No.
race car driver?
Yep.
Is everything NASCAR to you because you're from the South?
Just fun.
Are you from the South or the East Coast? Like,
I say east. I wouldn't say south. I don't think that.
It
that's
sounds
right.
south.
Yeah,
Listen,
it's
Jess,
east.
if they're missing teeth, it's the South. That's my rule of thumb.
Well, I mean, not a lot of dentists in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Not a lot of dental schools in West Virginia. You're either a truck driver or you work at the chicken factory. Like those are your options.
I feel like West Virginia is kind of like a minor league or a developmental state for other states. It's like, you grow up and you get called up to better places. You know what I mean?
how good were you at 4-H? Come to.
I did well.
Were you in 4-H?
Once, yeah.
I don't know what that
One
is.
What'd
time.
you raise?
You know what? It was really funny because
That's where you raise an animal.
Yeah.
And then you have to sell it, right?
Oh.
I had my dog, and I remember I had to fill out the form on my puppy, and
You raised a dog.
How much
for
did you
4-H?
auction it off for?
I don't
For
remember.
me.
I don't remember what it was for, but I remember being for 4-H, and I remember filling out the form and putting on and it was like baby's name and baby's birthday, and then it was like, and then it said sex, and then I went up to my Momo and I was like, Momo, how many times has baby had sex?
How old were you?
I don't fucking know. Like old enough to not know what sex.
And you said mama?
My mama.
Is that your mom or is that your grandma?
That's my aunt. My mama.
Oh, okay. See, this is Southern. This is.
Yeah.
I missed that.
I just
Who
spilled
asked-
fireball in my lap.
Who asked? Who? Wait.
Okay.
You had to answer when your dog had sex.
Well, like on a form, it's
I
like
missed some
you
of
put
that. Sorry if I-
you have to put like birth date, the name of the
Yeah.
dog, the color of the dog's hair, and then and then
Oh.
it asks for the sex of the dog.
Yeah, okay.
I misunderstood, and so I went to my aunt and I was like, how many times has the dog
mama.
had sex?
Your mama.
My mama.
How did she turn into your mama?
I don't.
Do you also have a Mima?
Well, I had a Mimi and a Pee-Pee.
Okay.
Oh, please explain.
Jeez.
And so then we had a mama and a pawpaw.
3 out of 5 of us in here also have a PB.
Is it Mimi a
you don't know
mom
that
and
for
a
sure.
Pee-Pee a dad?
Facts.
Yeah, well, grandma and grandpa.
Okay.
So sorry.
Who's Mama and Papa?
Oh God, you guys. That was my. Thank you. That was my dad's mom and dad. That was Mimi and Pee-Pee.
Okay.
But I was actually raised because my mother, my dad and my mom were teens when they decided to get accidentally pregnant.
Wow.
So
Rolling
my-
around in the hay.
Yeah, and so my aunt raised me, and so I called her my mama.
Wow.
So yeah.
Sorry, do you need to say your safe word? Is this okay?
I'm just no. I
don't
just,
want this to be too
I
much.
told y'all I was from West Virginia. We can also my dad he married sisters. Within like 10
At the same
years.
time? Oh.
No, within like 10 years of each other.
Whoa.
So my aunt Kathy became my stepmom Kathy.
When you know you like what you like,
hey,
That's in West
You know.
Virginia.
you just,
Yeah.
you just,
Yeah.
you just go for
and then
it.
and then my dad died, and I don't know, but they were both there. I'm just saying.
Both
I
the
think,
females.
yeah, Cindy and
Oh.
Kathy were there, so it could have been.
Scandal. Wow.
Did they talk to each other? Did that create issues? Did they get along?
Pills will really bring people together.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it'll do
Wow.
magic if you snort them enough.
Oh.
dang.
Oh wow.
Adderall?
Well, no, I don't think. No, I think that they were more like pain.
Oxys?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
have you ever seen the
Just knowing her age, I know where she's referencing.
like the wild wonderful whites of West Virginia? Did you guys ever see that on like Amazon Prime?
No.
No,
I
Oh.
sure
it's a
did.
fantastic documentary about a family, the white family in West Virginia, living in West Virginia, and it basically is a documentary of my childhood.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, they shake their pills and they call it the
Rattler?
the Boone County Mating Call.
Oh, dang.
I always call it the Rattler.
Yeah, I'm like, dang. So they love pain pills. I remember my dad called me one time and he was like, he said, Jessica, he said, you're basically a nurse. I wasn't. I was like, I was in school to be a medical assistant, not the same thing. He was like, what happens if you snort a Percocet? I'm like, well, I don't know, Dad. Like, what are you experiencing? Just tell me what's happening. I'll tell you if it's normal.
Wow.
So yeah. So I never did drugs. I never. That's why I became an alcoholic. I was like, I'm never gonna mess with the drugs because I knew those were bad. But the alcohol, I like that.
Did you need
I like it a
I'm not
lot.
going to offer you this. I'm just.
No.
I spilled mine in my lap.
Yeah, that's
saw
how that
Yeah, I
goes.
was
That's
like, Chris.
spilled it in my
rag.
lap.
That's why I miss your
Right.
4-H story about your
Yeah,
dog
is that
having
what-
sex.
yeah,
Are you
Yeah.
guys, are you guys sponsored? Am I supposed to do this like in shot?
No, we have to blur
Oh,
that
I
out.
I just made more work for you.
Yeah.
Great.
I thought you asked if they had a sponsor.
Are you taking on? Like, are you taking on clients?
No, I can't.
Each one reach run. You know, we're all in this together. One day
Yeah,
at a time.
I do love to preach the gospel.
You, she's been preaching all day to me. Every time Joe cracks one, it's a Pepsi this time and diet. So you can't come at me on two fronts.
Yeah, the aspartame is terrible for you. I just want you to know that.
I just grabbed something.
You know that I get really excited whenever I see a future anonymous. I do. I
And you're not talking about the Klan. 'Cause, again, West Virginia.
just.
Very anonymous because the hoods.
Oh my god.
So.
I can't wait for 10 years from now when I'm opening for Jess. You know what I mean? She's just naturally funny. I'm like, Jess, remember me? I'm like, no. Actually, she's going to have me blocked.
How did you get here?
Who let him in?
So do you guys cruise around Tacoma and go to shows together? Or is this a thing?
Are you a trio?
We've recently become,
I guess.
I guess in the past 3 months.
Yeah.
Because we got another show coming up
in August.
Oh, awesome.
It's a charity, golf tournament charity.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Raising-
we're doing so great financially that we think that
We just have money to
we
give.
should try and make money for other people.
Yeah,
Things have been going so well.
But we went to Oregon together,
Yeah, we did.
and then now we're here.
Yeah, that's right. Holy
Oh, you forgot about that? Were
guacamole.
you drunk? Were you drunk?
I relapsed that time.
Okay, yeah.
I completely forgot that. We have done so many fun things. I'm so proud of
Yeah,
us.
we're like a little family now.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far, but oh my goodness.
Right, because you're from West Virginia. I get it.
This is like
We haven't
the
slept together
modern family.
Yeah.
Like I'm Mexican, he's Dominican. This is our adopted child.
Listen, I grew up my entire life thinking that I was a Native American princess.
Where you're, yeah.
That was one of the many, many lies my father told me.
White lies, I think is what they call that.
Huh.
I will say, I will say that I find that as the more I go out, especially in Seattle, I do feel like I run into them a lot more often than I used to even a year ago. And I get that part of that was probably she wasn't around, but I feel like
she grinds.
Yeah, she grinds.
She
Every
grinds.
time. First off, let me tell you something about Jess. She's the first to not downplay all how good she is and everything. But this woman is one of the hardest working newbies that I've ever seen. I'm actually very proud and very honored about the amount of time that I get to spend around here. And she really is naturally funny, and also she's just a wonderful human. She's such a joy to be around. So I feel like she needs to give herself more credit than she actually does.
Jeez, Jess.
Friend. Thanks.
I wasn't gonna say all that.
Joe completely disagrees.
Not that I wouldn't, because I'm not gonna. I don't believe in lying.
Oh, wow.
But go ahead.
Under duress, I put Jess on a show in August.
Because he literally had to.
Because apparently I don't fulfill the minority role enough that we had to make sure that there was a female comic on the ballot. So I'm glad. And that's, Jess.
Yeah, he's really excited about it.
Yeah.
I can tell. Yeah, they love having me around.
It's a golf tournament. It's men.
I enjoy having Jess around. I do not co-sign what he just said. I want to make that very clear.
I'm just doing a bit.
I
just doing a bit.
In Joe's defense, I did lie about knowing how to golf.
Oh, jeez.
Did you really?
Yeah, but I really
I'm
wanted to
really
do the
good.
show. And so I'm going to learn. I have time.
Till August?
I can do it. I'm not even that busy.
No, oh, no.
I have time to learn how to golf.
Touring all over the place. Going to Boise.
I know.
Yeah. Hiking with Sam Miller.
Oh, my
Did I
God.
just name drop?
Yeah, you did. So here's a confession, Jess. I don't know how to golf either, but that's not how he asked me. He goes, "Have you ever been on a golf course?" And I was like, "Yeah, as a Latino, I've been at a golf course tons of times." He didn't realize that I meant, mowing the grass or anything. He misunderstood what I was saying.
Yeah.
You don't have to play to.
I hope not.
Do
I
you-
think it's just a comedy.
Yeah, it's just a
Okay,
comedy
yeah.
show.
Good.
Imagine.
Okay, good.
It would be like if we had to put the car together or something.
We're actually going to drive around we're going to drive around the teams. And we're just all day, just driving from hole to hole in the golf cart.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, that could do that.
I like
Really?
that. I'm
Yeah.
fine as long I don't like you. You guys know how I feel about outside, and it's not good.
That's funny because didn't you grow up outside?
Yeah, exactly.
Feral?
Yeah, in the woods. Yeah, I worked really hard for my walls. I like my internet, like my clothes. I love
carpet.
that. Yeah, the doors, they have locks on them. Are you kidding me? That's insane. My trailer literally it had three walls. And I traditionally a trailer does come with the 4. But
Traditionally.
mine didn't. I don't know where it went. I do know that whenever I scraped my arm up against the trailer, I ended up with a really bad infection. Because it was a tin can and it rusted. So it was very dangerous.
just sad now. Like I feel like we're doing like a promo for like a fundraiser. For like,
So
would you like to
Yeah.
help these children?
Speaking of
Very
golfing,
Uh,
which is so
yeah,
I'm gonna
golf.
I'm gonna pretend like I know how to golf. It's in my genes, I'm sure.
Now, on your Instagram, Jess, one of your descriptors of yourself is ridiculous human.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. I feel like that is probably a good, because I don't really know what else to say. Like I always feel just a little bit ridiculous. Like,
Your whole life, or is this something new?
well, especially with this, I did realize that I've been doing bits and comedy my whole life. It's just within the last year I've actually been doing it on stage. Like,
Intentionally.
yeah, well, like I've always like there are jokes that I say like within my family or like in a social setting that those are my go-to jokes. Like if somebody tells me that I smell good, I say I farted. Like it works every single time. Like it's a great joke. And so like I've always like it's always been something that I've wanted to do. But it seemed like a pipe dream, and it seemed kind of ridiculous. But
Who's your comedy influences?
so I love George Carlin.
Oh,
Yeah, right now I'm obsessed with Dusty Slay. Which I literally was watching his stand up and like going through my notes, and I'm like, God, damn it, like because it's a very similar, like he talks about growing up and the hills and all of that stuff. So but yeah,
Dusty Slay. What about you, Joe?
Oh man, I hate this question.
You hate comedy.
I don't watch comedy anymore.
Oh, you don't?
You're
I don't.
Like,
Because you'll
work?
be.
So much good stuff.
It's just like I appreciate a lot of like old comedy.
Yeah.
So like Lenny Bruce, huge fan. And I feel like it's just so like stereotypical. Like of course you're gonna say that. Like you have to say that. Jerry Seinfeld. I just read his most recent book, and it was a riot. So really love that style, and just he's a huge inspiration. And I think I come at my style of comedy at like John Mulaney. Like I really appreciate his style. He's a narrator. He tells stories. They're just funny stories. They're just stupid stories about his stupid life, and that's what I try and do. And just because I feel like somebody needs to hear them. I don't know why, but
Because it's true.
I don't know.
Yeah. And Juan Carlos is coming to you.
Okay, so I'm gonna name a few names just to be
good.
upfront.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So-
of course.
Yeah,
of
right.
course.
I feel like for me as a kid, like my first introduction to comedy was actually the Latin Kings of Comedy.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Because it's like I know like they're not, like none of them are Dominican, but it was the first time I saw a Latino, like telling jokes and doing comedy. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, and like I resonated with the culture. So I grew up on a lot of George Lopez. Then later it turned into Fluffy. You know what I mean? And Mencia was a huge influence on me. You know what I mean? Just watching them growing up, and then later in life, obviously Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, and all those came in. But I'm gonna shout out one other person who. They're like they haven't blown up yet, right? But I'm gonna drop the name and you should look him up. Is Gastor Almonte?
Oh, you have to write that down.
Gastor Almonte, out in New York. He's also a Dominican comic. He has he's been doing a lot of stuff, and he like tells stories. And I feel like I look up to him, and he's been a huge influence and a huge mentor for me. So
Can you say that name like a white baseball announcer?
Gastor Almonte.
Oh, there you go.
Gastor Almonte.
Thank you.
Okay.
We got
Is that
this.
phonetic?
Yeah, Gastor, like the Disney prince.
Gaston?
Ooh, I have
Oh,
not-
is it Gaston?
I have not seen Disney in a while.
Wow, I just learned that now. I thought it was Gastor the entire time.
I'm gonna turn in my Latino card.
Yeah, please do.
Check it at the door.
All right, where's everyone going after this? Going back to Tacoma? What's the shows coming up?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Let's start with
where
you,
are
Jess.
Oh,
I am. Let's see. I don't even know. I'm everywhere.
You're
I'm going
hardest
to be,
working.
Yeah, I'm going to be. I think in Puyallup next week. On Friday, I'm doing it in downtown somewhere. And I can't think of where else, but I know that it's all kinds of places. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's not true because I'm taking a week off and I'm going to go to California and
To perform?
Well, of course, I'm going to try I'm going to do everything that I can to perform somewhere.
Hollywood, or where are you going?
We're
LA?
going to Disney.
Okay.
Go to the
Yeah.
comedy store.
And like
Laugh
yeah.
Factory.
So
I mean,
I'm-
there's a
yeah,
lot. Is there
some
flappers
stuff.
there somewhere too?
Yeah.
Or there's a lot of
All
places.
kinds
Flappers
of
in
things.
All
Burbank.
kinds of
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
things. Yeah.
Okay.
Go to
I'm
the
definitely
comedy
gonna-
store if you can.
Of course.
Have we been to 2 shows there? The only
I think we went one at the comedy store,
Or
one
one
at
at
the
Laugh
Laugh
Factory,
Factory.
yeah.
Yeah, great experiences.
Mm.
As long as you get in the right line.
That's
at the
the only
comedy
problem,
store for the
yeah.
room
figuring
you're
the
going
lines
to.
out.
Okay.
we
Oh,
stood in the
no.
wrong
We
line
ended
for
up-
like 20,
we were
30
in the
minutes.
wrong line.
I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I think you guys talked about
Yes,
Yeah.
it was traumatic for us.
it. Oh,
God damn it,
that's frustrating.
What do you guys have coming up?
Joe.
Wednesday, I will be at Club Comedy Seattle. Great comedy club.
Is that the 16th?
It's the 15th.
Oh.
What are you doing on the 16th
I'm
at
doing
Club
Club Comedy on the 16th.
You are. She's doing the audition night.
I
Nice.
forgot. I'm like, I know I'm doing things.
I have things.
I was
Yeah,
like
better.
wondering why you weren't going to say it.
so much.
But
Okay.
whatever.
Okay, sorry.
Um,
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah.
What else?
So the best comedy club in Seattle, in my opinion, it's the place where I got my start. So
Club.
I consider that my home.
Yeah,
my home
yeah,
club.
I see you
so.
posting about that club.
Yeah, it's very special to me.
Oh, awesome.
Rick is great. And then I guess the next biggest thing, because it's summertime, so I take a lot of time off to be with my family and go to baseball games. So the next biggest thing I have is the golf tournament, the fundraiser that we're doing. It's a charity fundraiser. It's August 21st. It's in Tacoma. There's information on my website. You guys will link my Instagram, so you
Yeah.
can find all that
Yeah,
information. So, and these guys, both of them will be performing with me there.
Yeah.
Alongside
Nice.
the very funny Sam Miller. Have you guys met Sam Miller yet?
No.
No, did you recently just post something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's
Okay.
going to be on that's the tournament.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the
yeah,
golf.
no, I don't
charity.
know him yet.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Oh,
look him up.
he's great.
I
Yeah,
really
he's
want him to come out here. So
He's
Yeah.
from your area?
he's
Okay.
Olympia.
Yeah.
Olympia.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. No, he's great.
Awesome.
And I guess my next big thing is on Tuesday. I'm actually featuring at Tacoma Comedy Club for Alex Fernandez, who
Awesome.
is another big Mexican comic with
Mhm.
a few Netflix specials under
Yeah.
his belt. It's all Spanish show again. So
Yeah.
And you're going in
Oh, wow.
Spanish?
yeah, I'm going in Spanish. I'm doing 20 minutes
Wow.
in Spanish. So I guess
Oh,
I'm
awesome.
slowly finding a niche, I
I
guess.
think
That's
this is
cool,
awesome.
yeah.
Here, have some
Yeah.
tequila.
No, thank you.
Okay.
That's really cool. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that opens you up.
Yeah,
It's a whole nother demographic.
And that's what I'm hoping for. Like my
Yeah.
dream is to be on HBO and HBO Latino someday.
Heck
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Why not?
Simone Way.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Cool.
Yes. All right,
Wow.
now where can we find you all on social media? Jess,
I am on Instagram at Coach Smoach.
Coach. Okay,
Yes.
what is that about? Because I
Okay.
repeated that today
Okay.
in my bedroom. Coach Smoke.
Yeah, you did.
So I have to tell you because I used to be a CrossFit coach.
Of course, she has to
right,
tell
and
you.
I have to tell you that because
Oh.
I used to be a CrossFit coach, and it's like a requirement. And I don't know. I'm just obsessed. Like I just think Coach Smoach is so funny, and I hate to lose the name. But then I did come up with jokes smokes. So that
That's
that's
a little
almost
close.
as good.
that's close to.
So I used to be a CrossFit coach. So,
Okay,
but I
that's
wasn't.
Coach Smoach.
I was the anti CrossFit coach. So
Perfect.
That's the smooch part.
Very good. Joe, where you at on social media? How can people find you?
What am I on? I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter at JGomez206.
Jay Gomez everywhere. Jay Gomez 206.
Yeah, except for TikTok. That's Jokedaddy
Joke
206. I should really combine them all. My Cash App is JGomez206. If anybody just wants to send me money,
He's about to get requests like crazy.
Totally.
Requesting him right now.
Yeah. And Juan Carlos, where can people find you?
Juan Carlos Comedy. Try to keep it simple everywhere,
Yeah,
except for Twitter. They made me go to J Carlos. I couldn't fit the whole thing in.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but
racist.
I
know.
if you guys are listening, feel free to follow me or shoot me a message in DMs. I love chatting with people.
Heck
All right,
yeah.
sweet.
So
Well, thank
show
you.
tonight.
Oh yes, show. Yeah, let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Show tonight. The
8 p.m.
Tacoma Takeover.
Comedy
comedy
Takeover?
show.
Yeah.
Tacoma Comedy
yeah, There we
Takeover.
go. Yes, Tacoma Comedy Takeover. We got Nico Luca,
Hosting.
LJ Sullivan, Jess Anderson, Juan Carlos, and then Are you the headliner?
The Joke
Joe?
Daddy.
Joke Daddy.
Also, I do believe Jen is going to do some time as well
nice.
as
Ooh.
another local Sarah.
Sarah, yes,
I haven't met her.
Raphael.
Yeah.
So
she's
I'm
great.
hoping that they're still down to do some time. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Let's get weird. I can't wait.
Cool. And you brought merch to
I did bring
sell?
merch. I've got hats. I've got shirts, and I've got
You too?
stickers on my
Merch?
stupid face.
My merch is sitting at home in my mailbox.
Oh, it arrived?
So
Merch?
I don't sell merch, but I do sell hugs and kisses after shows.
Oh, nice.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Prostitution.
It's not. I turned the camera on. Anywho, moving on.
Anywho,
Creating content now?
Yeah.
anything we didn't ask that you'd like to share?
Oh no! Thank you just so much for having me. Thank you for including me.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
you're welcome.
We're happy
Yeah,
to
that's
meet
awesome.
you. We can't wait for the show. 8 p.m.
8 p.m. doors. I think
Doors
it's
at 7.
Yes,
Yeah.
tonight. Sweet. Get your tickets at loungeboise.com. Anything else you want to say, Joe?
Thank you so much. I love meeting up with you guys. It's always
Us
we
such
too.
a
love it
treat.
too.
Yay.
Yes. We just have to make it a tradition.
I love
Yeah,
it.
heck yeah. We're
Every
here.
3 months. Every 3
Yeah,
months I'm
why
coming
not?
back.
Why not?
Awesome.
All
Yeah.
right.
And Juan Carlos, anything?
Yeah, so far I didn't know what to expect coming to Boise, but so far I love it. It's pretty cool here.
Oh,
So
yay.
please stay awesome out here.
Yeah. Stay
And
awesome,
come
Boise.
back, okay?
Yeah, I will.
Make sure you
Yes.
come back. Yeah, both of you.
Thank you.
All
so
three
much.
of you. I know you'll be back. Thank you, guys.
Thank you all for being here. We're gonna take off. I'm signing out.
I'm signing off.
I'm
Did you
si-
sign off?
I forget. Oh,
you
did we mess
you did
up
it backwards.
I'm signing out.
I'm signing off.
I'm Chris
I'm
Adams.
Wendy Mosier. Hashtag get toasted.
Stay toasted.
Boom. That's the part of the toasted part.